Welcome to Invest Insights. I'm Abby Maloney. I'm joined today by Manuel Vidal, the founder and CEO of Premium Finance Group. Manny, thank you so much for being here today.
Absolutely. It's a pleasure to be here.
Manny, you founded Premium Finance Group to address the gap high net worth individuals were experiencing in large insurance policy funding. How have you adapted and innovated your model to serve clients in this sector, given the current state of the market?
You know, that's a great question. And I'll revert back to the 80s. I know I'm dating myself, but I really was very young when I started my career. So in the 80s, I was working at Citibank, and they had us read a book called Who Moved My Cheese? And I will never forget that because it was so appropriate for what was coming, down the road. Remember, this is back in the 80s. And the bottom line was, if you do not adapt, you don't have that ability to, change and make sure that you are with the times, you're going to die. You will die. So I take this at heart, and we have that ability to adapt to the ever-changing, from geopolitical reasons to just market-driven, economy-driven, and all the other factors that affect our business on a daily basis.
Manny, you have been spending some time getting creative with clients by showing them how to make the most of the current interest rates. How are you planning to pivot your advice as they begin to rise again?
Well, that's actually a very interesting question because we are living, through that challenge as we speak. I think that what's helped our business is that we've been through the full cycle of this universe that we're involved in, which is premium finance. Premium finance came to the market in the early 2002. And being an ex-banker, having switched over to the insurance industry, I saw this as a game changer. I said, oh my God, if we can finance this large life insurance policies, it's going to make all the difference. And interesting enough, when we started in 2002, we had just lived through the dot-com crash. So interest rates had dropped, into the 1.5–2% range. So it was very attractive to finance those transactions at that time. But come 2006, 2007, interest rates started to move up quite rapidly. And then we found ourselves in a situation that, okay, how do we mitigate this situation with our clients? And we kind of got together with our insurance carriers, with the advanced underwriters. We discussed different strategies, and we were very successful by starting to repay some of the principal on the debt that was owed at that time. And by reducing the principal, interesting enough, what happens is, as interest rates go up and you prepay principal, the out-of-pocket should continue to be more or less the same. So I think that we're beginning to see that, come to fruition, and we're prepared to deal with it that way. Now, having said that, what we're doing with new clients is we're having the conversation about, hey, we got to fix these rates. And we believe that it's not a matter of fixing rates any longer than 5 to 7 years, because we believe that as we begin to see these interest rates come up to offset the inflation situation that we're in right now, we believe that eventually the economy will start to slow down enough for the Fed to then have to start to reduce interest rates again. So we feel very confident. We feel very comfortable with the challenge, because we've been there, done that, and there's nothing better than having lived through a situation similar to what we're experiencing right now.
Absolutely. Manny, your firm serves clients domestically and internationally. Obviously, there are huge differences in insurance legislation just between states, but even more between countries. In your position in Miami, how have you been able to use your expertise to creatively adapt to individual client needs?
you're right. And you know what? You have to be cognizant of these differences. As an example, we do a lot of business in Mexico. We have great traction there. We've been doing business there for years. And Mexico is a country that if you're going there to solicit business, when it comes to life insurance, you basically get thrown in jail. That's how delicate, okay, the insurance products are affected by certain countries that are very tough on legislation and rules and so on and so forth. So, what we have seen over the years that there's no need for you to put yourself in that type of risk, because the clients that we're dealing with are considered world citizens. They're not just a client from Mexico or a client from Brazil or whatever the case might be. So by being world citizens, being clients that have assets in the United States and have ties to the US, then we can really provide a great service for them, because now they're being exposed to certain tax issues in the United States, as well as tax issues in their own country. But by having the opportunity to come here, meet with us, and us showing them what are the ideal structures for them to create in order to really provide an added advantage to their legacy, is a game changer.
In terms of these world citizens, your international clients, how are recent geopolitical developments impacting this side of your business, and how are you approaching these challenges?
We've seen it in the past. Anytime that there's let's call it a hiccup outside of the United States, it kind of favors our products and services, because clients continue to see the U.S. as the best safe place to keep their assets. So it helps us, because all of a sudden we start to see the flow of additional capital coming to the U.S. When we're talking about LATAM, obviously Miami tends to come out ahead of all the other states in the U.S. because of the annexation to LATAM from Miami.
To round out our discussion today, how would you define creativity, and what does that look like for your business and industry moving forward?
How do I define creativity? You know what? I'm a firm believer that necessity breeds creativity. So when you see your business possibly being impacted by what's happening in the market, be it geopolitically, be it domestically, from spike in inflation to the ongoing situation that we have of the bottleneck of the distribution of the products coming to the U.S. What you need to do then is just realize that there are going to be moments where your business is going to be very, very, for lack of a better word, dormant, but it's only a small hiccup until we start to see things unfold, and then you start to adapt to how things are unfolding around you by making the necessary changes to your product, to your marketing, and to your business model and business plan.
Well, thank you so much, Manny. I enjoyed our conversation today.
Okay, no, please. Thank you.
Well, that was Manuel Vidal, the founder and CEO of Premium Finance Group. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel to hear more CEOs and thought leaders share their opinions and advice on today's business climate. Until next time, I'm Abby Malone, and this has been Invest Insights. Thanks for tuning in.